multiple deities from around the world went through the Middle Passage, and we are those people. And you say, well, how do you know we the people? We're the ones that got the consciousness now. The people on the continent don't have the type of consciousness. You see? That means now we are all one universal world people, but they got to have a head of a snake. And that's what we're going through now. That's why we're talking at this particular moment. You see? So, yeah, so they try to do the genocide because they're scared, but it don't work. And even though they've been genociding us for years, and we didn't even know, a lot of people don't even know it. You see what I'm saying? They still do it when you go to a hospital. Never go to a hospital for nothing. You see what I'm saying? And if you do, make sure you cloak ritually for protection. But the point I'm trying to make here is they can't stop this. You see what I'm saying? They can't stop this. And the more people they kill, indigenous people, those ancestral people go to live in you. So therefore you get enhanced. More people die, the more powerful you become. You see?
Area code 267, are you there?
Yes, Hotep, I'm here. Can you hear me? This is Abner over in Philly. Now, the last time I tried to connect or deconnect with you, Brother Bobby, thanks for being here. I hope you everything just went crazy. Anyway, one brother, it did. Just everything kind of went crazy after that.
Okay.
I'm going to try to keep my energy low right now. One brother asked a question already that I was thinking of asking. They was talking about the folks of us who are, quote, unquote, dead, unconscious and sort of, moving through. I'm thinking now, they are where they're supposed to be. What, if anything, can we do, if you will, is there a way to sort of share energy or support? I mean, I think about the way people talk about people who are quote-unquote unconscious, and we call them niggers, and we call them crackhead, and we heap all these negative labels and send all this negative energy out towards it. I think that's kind of hurtful.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, you can do positive stuff. What you can do, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, you got some energy. You better not try to mess with no energy on no person that you ain't sure of is on a high energy, because you pay the price of getting hit in the head and getting lowered. Let me tell you something. Half these niggas on this damn street, you can light a candle, a glass candle, and invite them in your home. And when you leave, that candle be burning black. That means you don't need to be fucking around sharing your energy. And another thing you better not do. You better not eat no food around no one that you don't think like you.
Okay.
Because you will get sick as a dog. This is some major stuff. Now, I know that and all, and I know we want to be bleeding hard on a lot of things. It took me years to get up out of that. Until I realized in order to help a people, you got to sequester yourself to get a right amount of energy. Don't stand where it is. Right now, let me tell you something. Anytime you get a person that can have the ability to kill another human, them niggas out in that street killing another human, and you might say whatever it is, and they don't flinch when they kill another black person. Let me tell you something. That is a person's energy that you don't need to be around. Now, you can be all bleeding hard on what you want. What can happen here is this vampire warfare. You can get seriously messed up on the spirit world for dealing with that no good skunk out there. You need to let the dead lie with the dead. Even the Bible says, don't cast pearls of swine or I'll throw it back on you. So a lot of time our bleeding heart, that's how we get. See, let me tell you something else. Look, and this ain't got nothing to do with black people. This got something to do with everybody. Do you know they say the number one sick people in America, the number one sick people in America are the people who take care of the sick. Are the people who take care of the sick people. That's the energy, and they go in that energy to go. We get on you. We're talking about war energy. So in order to help some of those people, a lot of times you got to get your behind from around them.
Well, within our suggestions, because the profession that I work in as a therapist, social worker, working in drug and alcohol counseling,
you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself.
So look,
you need to do you a spiritual bath at least every other week.
Okay.
Do you a spiritual bath. Get you 3 caps of ammonia, 3 caps of bleach, 3 caps of lemon juice, 3 caps of apple cider vinegar, and a half a cup of sea salt. And run you a bath water, and dump all that in there. And don't worry about the concept, it's spiritual. And you get in that bath water and you imagine your aura, which is the light that extends from around you. You imagine that aura enhancing you. and you get you a white candle and burn it, and you can stay there about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you get up and make sure your whole head go up under that water. And then when you get up, you shower off.
Ammonia, bleach.
3 caps of ammonia, 3 caps of bleach, 3 caps of lemon juice, 3 caps of apple cider vinegar, and a half a cup of sea salt. And you shower off, then you take some of that white stuff out of that candle, that white wax out of that candle, and you roll it up in a cloth and keep it on your person and take it with you. So you got to be having spiritual warfare when you go into them battle zones. Or otherwise, you're going to get your energy circuit because you're dealing with too many low energies.
And I'm around them 5 days.
And I know we have a heart for that, but then again, on the other hand, that's a warfare that this beast set up to get us trapped. So you see, so the throwaways, I mean, hey, you know, I know it's sad. A lot of people get caught up in it. And we want to help these people, but you got to understand that is a system that is designed to put cancer on the whole group.
Right.
When the apple is rotten in the barrel, you got to throw that rotten apple out, or you can separate yourself up till you have enough energy that ultimately they'll be helped. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, so you have to take spiritual baths. And when and if you can, in mind magic is the most powerful. You imagine your aura around you extending when you're working with them people. Imagine your aura around you extending around you at all times of the day. Okay. And you need to get you some precious stones, some crystals, and a lot of other things you need to get and put in on your person and wear on you. Now I know that's your profession, and I know things like that, but it's hard out here.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you see.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller.
Yeah.
Peace and greetings, family. Peace and greetings, and welcome to another episode with the Ring and Stone Network. I'm Brother Yusiku L, and today I think I'm one of the luckiest men in the world, and that's because and can y'all hear me? Because I don't know, I'm a little. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, peace and greetings, and so tonight, like I was saying before, I think I'm one of the luckiest men in the world, you know, because when I initially started my calling, you know, I thought I was the only one going through some changes like that, and come to find out that the spirit and the ancestors had a lot of us activating our DNA. So tonight I'm actually doing this particular call from the tent that I did some of my real basic training with ancestors, where I lived in this tent for about 7 months in the graveyard, you know, where the ancestors could work on me every night or every day. Because I went in like February 22nd. I came out in August, and around April 4th, I just quit my job and I just stayed out there and trained and meditated and trained with the ancestors, you know, like that. It was very powerful. You know, it was really funny too, because the first 3 nights I was out there was something out there just yelling, some type of being. And by the 3rd night, I could no longer hear that being through my ears. I only heard that being in the inside of my head. And since they did that, I've always been connected. You know what I mean? With a connection that sometimes when I sit down and just think and I train, and one of the reasons why I made my organ was based on that 7 months out there that I learned how to connect with ancestral energy, you know, at a way that's been, and I'm still learning, but it's been amazing. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming tonight. There's a lot of things I have learned. One of them, I've learned that there's a lot of deception with our holidays. My daughter and I, we were discussing it the other day, and she was like saying that, you know, melanated people's holidays are boring. European holidays are more fun because they have Christmas and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I was trying to tell her the importance of our holidays. And this is a very important holiday because they turned it into Groundhog Day and the devil don't see their light. But actually, it's a day when we are in line with the center of the universe and our sun. And that's information that we should be meditating on. and getting that information as we continue to evolve, even if you get the information from the earth, the sun, the Sagittarius A, and that information evolves and helps with your DNA, especially at a time when they got a shot that they can tweak to attack your DNA. And that was another reason why I played that Bobby. That goes back to '08 that was done. And it fits now, even with us learning how to take a spiritual bath that the brother gave, so I know he was a prophet. And so tonight we're going to get into just doing some readings. I've been blessed. Like I say, I'm the luckiest man in the world because tonight I have Star Child 7, Brother Ahku. I have Lisa Fernandez family, and she's new, her first night, and she's going to be doing tarot for us. And also I spoke with Nicky Love, and Nicky Love is here, and she's going to join in. The first thing I want to do is I'm trying to get my daughter. She's going to do an oral reading on Nicky Love. Dude, come on, like that. So Nicky, will you raise your hand, and then I'll try to get you in, and my daughter's coming. Find Nicky. Find Miss Nicky Love. There she is, right there. That's on you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Peace. Welcome. Welcome to the Ring and Stone Network. I got to get my daughter. Make us big too. Please. She knows this stuff. It's amazing, man. One of the beautiful things I have about being with my daughter is watching her take over the computer for me. Like that. It's been cool. Soon she'll be driving. There we go. There we go. That's my baby right there. Hey, Miss Nicky Love, welcome to the Ring and Stone Network. Stormy,
hi,
this
how
is
are
Miss
you?
Nicky Love. And
hi, Stormy, how are you? Good. You good? Okay.
And she has children that's gifted like you.
Yeah.
She got children. She got grandchildren that's gifted like you.
Yes,
and what
I
she
do.
did, what she said, she wanted you to take a look at her aura and let her know what you see. You gonna whisper it to me and tell her, but you could just tell her. You got it? Come here. Come here. Okay, there you go. Now you can just tell her. Tell her what you see.
Don't be shy. It's
Tell her what
okay.
you
You
see.
can tell me.
Stop pressing. Tell her what you see.
I see a red, a blue, and a purple.
And where they at? Where they at?
The blue right here, the purple right here, and
Take your time.
And then the red was right here underneath.
Okay, so she's saying she see red, your knees. You see the purple where? In your solar plex heart area. And where the blue at?
Over here?
Yeah. She pointed to her forehead, the blue, like that. Okay. And I know I looked at some of the colors. I'll have to find it because I want to read off some of the colors of the ore, like that. I did a listing and look at some of the colors of the ore, so we appreciate it. And
thank you.
You have any encouraging words for her?
Else. She sees something else. She's looking. She's so cute too. She sees something else because she's looking at the camera. What else do you see? Tell me what else you see. She knows. She's smiling. What else do you see? You see something else, don't you?
She ain't gonna bite you, but it's cool.
Yeah, let me tell you, little girls are my favorite. I love little girls. So
She getting a fan base. She does some stuff with her mom on Sundays. I don't know if her mom is here to tell you what time, but they do some stuff on Facebook on Sundays too. So I don't know. If not, I'll let everybody know. Because my goal is not to exploit her. My goal is to get her to be happy with the skin she in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that, so that she know that it's normal. What? and she don't allow me to talk, you know, but that's all.
Okay, okay. So you just gotta let me know what those colors mean.
You hear that? I got the color thing out there on the, you know, you just look and see what the colors are, like that. Yeah. They're on the, look out there on the counter. They're on the counter.
Hey, Husiku, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, okay. How you doing, Nikki? I'm Stormy's mom.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. So I just wanted to add something really quick. So when we do the readings on Sunday, what she'll usually do is give you the colors. Most people, she always sees about 3. Some people just have one dominant color. But what she's able to do, so I'm gonna ask her to tell you, but usually she'll tell you 3 things. One is what your strongest color is. The other one is where you're almost there. And then there's one that's usually your weakest of whatever you need to work on.
Okay.
And those colors are usually tied to what the chakra system is well.
Okay.
So that's how we usually do it. So maybe she'll be able to tell you those 3 things, which ones you need to work on, which ones are you really strong at, which one, you know, in that way. So just that way you'll have a little bit of, you know, background on, on
Right,
what she's saying.
Okay, all right. Okay. So which one do I need to work on the most?
You listen? Come on. Which one?
Her purple.
She said your purple.
So the purple was
And the purple was
right?
around your heart area. Yeah.
Right, the heart. Okay, okay, I got you.
And what's
Okay, that's good.
what's the strongest one?
Purple.
Her blue. You're blue, so mentally up here, you're blue, strong.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
you're teaching me something because I don't know about auras, so you're teaching me something. You know that, right? Yeah, I'm not familiar with auras. Okay, so this is the strongest. My heart I need to work on. What about my knees? That's the weakest.
You're red.
The red.
Red. Okay, okay. All right. So I got you. I'm gonna work on them. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So anyway, I guess we'll move on there. If somebody wants a reading, and then we have the readers here. So we have Star Child. She's an empath. We got Raku, the Cosmo Physician here. I'm trying to find Lisa. They won't let her in. And also Nicky Love is here. So if anybody wants to just raise their hand, like go down to participant and click raise your hand, and I'll let you in, and we'll start our readings. Let me get I should have did this on something else. Yeah, this shit. You see anybody? I'm trying to get them. Can't get them.
Greetings, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now. I'm trying to find Rod too.
Okay, I keep going in and out.
This is, I don't know this computer.
How are you? Hi, Stormy.
Hi.
Brother Rod, you there? Peace. And let me find Lisa. Hey, Lisa, try to unmute. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Okay, let's do this, family. Does anybody want a reading? Just try to unmute. We'll get your reading. We got some very, hey, brother Gay God, peace. How are you? You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, we got some stuff going on here. And family, I can share while people deciding. last Monday, my daughter came downstairs actually, right? About 5 in the morning, and she jumped into bed with me and whatever. But when she got up, she was like, well, Daddy, why did you project these two men in her like that? And I was like, I didn't do it. But at that time, her and I had a simultaneous dream at the same time, and the dream was identical. It started out with some ships. There was a bomb, and then it ended up with two men facing each other like that. And so I've been listening to some of the other sisters that I'm connected with too. And it looks like one sister happened to tell me that at some point America is going to have two presidents, which means basically they're going to continue until they have a civil war. By us having it simultaneously, yeah, some people that I talked to suggested that it's more urgent. So what I'm proposing is that folks start really preparing themselves for if they have to be without power for 2 weeks, like that, or if they need, storing some water, some electricity, having maps where you can get to your family and that sort of thing. And, because more and more the energy is there. And a lot of people that I know are seeing war, they're not warmongers. They're light providing people, but they're starting to see this war and there's nothing they can do about it, so that's just a little caveat for folks that want readings. Brother Ra, are you there? Can you hear me?
Lord, I'm here.
Yeah, peace. Well, what you seeing in the future? You done your cosmophysician. What you see?
Well, what I looked at was the Grand Conjunction chart, and events that it points to is already kicking off. Right? But on a broad scale, this epidemic is being used as a means by which to make up for the federal ID that they weren't able to pass into law. You remember back in Bush's late term, they wanted to issue a federal ID and make it mandatory for everyone. And it was shot down. After that, Obama came forth with free and mandatory health care. That was a means by which to create a grand database. They shot that down. So what they're doing now, I mean, there's been a few other twists on it. All right. So what they're doing now is they're creating this COVID vaccination program so that they can impinge upon the rights of the people in this territory and other territories globally. Right. There's a galvanization for economic reform based on the fact that they want it to be all digital. This way it accounts for the trillionaires and the trillions. And they'll be able to make the transition to change the way we use our currency. But this is not something that's going to manifest in the next 2 or 3 years. Our freedoms are going to be are going to be violated incrementally. The Constitution, they're going to find ways to subvert the Constitution in order to facilitate this. So the next 2.5 years deals with specifically that program of getting the people organized into a grand database. Outside of that, I didn't look very far into the future with that regard. I've only looked at this year.
Is there anyone else that would like to share before? Dang, I cannot get Lisa.
I mean, we've already seen some of the theatrics attached to this, okay? Making the announcement that they're going to use the military, all right, to distribute the vaccine, to administer the vaccine. This is quite a development when you look at the nature of everything that has been going on up to this point, okay? You know, placing Monsanto's in position, all of this artificial GMO food, the opening of a few FEMA camps and the populating of a few FEMA camps is only a test run for the grandest scheme, which is the separation of people and the localizing of them into cities that are like work camps, you know? So this is going to be a 20-year process. Maybe even longer than that, but you have to look at how astrologically this grand conjunction, it runs a series that lasts for 60 years. So we'll see them by encroaching upon our freedoms over the next 20 years. The second set of 20 years has to deal with the actual changing of the structure of government. It's funny, people say there's going to be 2 presidents. They are lobbying right now to give the vice president the power to override the president with the members of the cabinet. That equates to 2 presidents.
Yeah, I think it's powerful. I mean, because like our particular vision, one of them had on the military hat, you know, and so it was very, very powerful to see that. But I've been tracking some other things. It's a sister that sent me a tape. I just can't get it to play. I got it so late, I can't get it.
If we remember what happened in 1914 when they removed the gold standard, you see, that's just phase 1. Like, you know, it's not something that is gonna happen all at once. They're not gonna make an announcement and switch like they perform a coup and overthrow the government. It's going to be incrementally changed so that most people would not even recognize the difference other than the restriction is placed on movement. Okay. But it's already being set up. If you saw that movie Surrogate, they really want it like that, where people aren't leaving their homes, you know, unless it's absolutely necessary. So what they put in place are on a non-essential and an essential worker policy. See, eventually that will be able to be used to quarantine whole sections of cities. So what is being done now in terms of the future is that they feel that the people in this nation or in this free world, in the free portion of the world, are exercising too many freedoms. So eventually the breakdown of those freedoms are going to manifest. The beginning of it comes with the implementation of this epidemic and the so-called global solution, vaccination, that they're using to deal with it. And if anyone here exercises any memory, you know, you go back to the 70s and we all got a vaccination mark on our shoulders in the 60s. All right, I'm a 60s baby. I was born in 65. So, and by 1967, they were vaccinating everybody, okay? And I remember vaguely when I went to get my vaccination, because the way that it healed, it looked like a Cheerio was lodged under my skin. And that's pretty much all I remember about the vaccine. A few years later, in the 70s, I think it was 73 or 74, Gerald Ford or Jimmy Carter apologized on behalf of the United States government for administering a vaccine that was revealed, exposed to impose health conditions on people for the purposes of population control in the long scale future. All right. This was done in the 60s. All right. Now they create a scare with this COVID and they find a vaccine to administer. There has never been a case other than one that I can recall where the United States administered a vaccine on a global scale that didn't have severe consequences for the people that took it. It's only the polio vaccine do I see ever having been ever necessary. And we've seen several vaccine scares over the last 50 years, okay? And only one of them actually served the people. So when you look at the conjunction chart and see the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, in tropical Aquarius, in the Aquarius Dwadashama, it references the rights of the people, the freedoms of the people, and their freedom of movement, their freedom of congregation. It also speaks because the ruler of that sign is lodged in Taurus. It also speaks to the mechanization or the digitalization of an economy. So eventually they want to get it to the point where we're all working with cards and that fiat money is out of the picture. And it would be more convenient for the management and tending to of massive billions, trillions. I think that the digital jump is to accommodate the billionaires. You understand? Because currency is bulky once you get up in them numbers. And now that we are so deep into the economy that, you know, millionaires are commonplace, like 100,000aires used to be. So they are trying to accommodate and compensate for the shift of funds being in the trillions or being held in the trillions. That can only be accomplished conveniently by digitalization. So what we're going to see more than anything else is how they're digitalizing the financial realm. The fact that 5 of these towers are going up all over the country shows that they're building the infrastructure for to accommodate for virtual reality, so they can make the grand shift from a flat screen to a virtual reality screen, you know, and there's going to be no stopping it on that side technologically. These are the things I've been considering. I really don't, unless there's a personal matter involved, actually map how society is going to unfold. You know, that was part of my regular activity as a young man. Now I'm getting older. I'm focusing more on teaching astrology than actually doing a million readings for society. You understand?
Yeah, but I got my question is, and then I would like anybody that, because I made it so anybody can unmute. My question is, where do you see us? I mean, we know what they doing, but what do you see? Where do you see people like me and the thousands and thousands of other people that have powers where we don't have to submit to it?
Well, we already understand that the remedy to circumvent all of this government intervention, man, is to correct your status, Osiko. And those people who have their status corrected will be able to maintain and enjoy the freedoms that they have. Those people who remain government property will be told what to do, where to go, how to live, and all that. It's already gotten to the point where they're implementing the regulation on travel by creating the need to have the vaccine in order to engage in travel and public transportation. You see? Then where do I see us? who are us specifically. Those people who have corrected their status will be able to exercise their rights as a human being. Those people who are still government property will be moved around and like cattle. God.
I got you. You probably get an argument because there's some people that don't believe in paperwork, but they believe they're spiritual enough to fight the government.
Well, I'm not engaging in any argument, bro.
I hear that. I hear that.
They it's obvious that they ain't exempt from what the rest of the country is going through, because if they want to get on a plane, they're gonna have to remote view their location.
Yeah, I hear you.
They'll have to remote view if they're spiritual enough, because no degree of otherworldly spirituality is gonna get those regulations is gonna keep the regulation from being imposed on the general public. As it stands, there are some places you can't even go into without a mask, and it's not law, and the people are enforcing the policy.
Well, I'm a believer that going forth, people should be with people that have a like mind. I'm just a believer in that, because as it gets tougher, it's gonna be more backstabbing. Like that.
Yeah.
Again, once again, I'm gonna offer. Is there anybody that would like to unmute and get a reading while we have this power force here? Just unmute yourself or whatever. Raise your hand, wave your hand, something.
Somebody got a question.
I got one.
Okay.
Peace.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I can hear you.
Okay. I would like to have a reading.
When's your birthday?
February 21st.
You gonna read this?
And what time of day were you born?
Just
9:46 a.m.
Okay.
On a Wednesday.
Okay.
While she's doing that, do you have a specific question you want to ask?
Yes. When the God was speaking, are you actually saying that with all of this that's going on, with them wanting to actually take us back to slavery, are you really saying there's nothing we can do about it at all?
Nah, and back to slavery, we're already in slavery. The fact that the police can stop your car and demand that you step out and take you to jail is a form of slavery. When you go to court and put your name on the record, you volunteer to be a part of that process. You're made a slave instantly, unbeknownst to the average individual who allows himself to be pressured into engaging in that activity. You pay taxes, you have money in the bank, which is federally insured. You are considered by the government to be their property. You have not given them due notice as to your independence from them. Then you will be treated as though you are their property. It's already manifest throughout the course of this year with all those news flashes of them yanking people off the bus for not wearing a mask. They beat one guy down for not wearing a mask. So, and they're killing us. Over the last 10 years, we've seen them kill melanated people in public with no repercussion whatsoever. Okay? So to say that they're going to drive us back to slavery is kind of naive. They're already treating people just like they treated them when they were slaves. You just, they're killing people they're killing people in the streets on television.
Well, can I say something to that?
Sure.
I feel like we need to stop giving them power. Right?
Power's already been granted.
Well, no. I feel like I think if we stop worrying about what they're doing and we begin to understand that, all these years we have given them power, and the reason they have power is because we've given them power. We got to stop giving them power. Because my thing is like this. If you want to call yourself Cosmo, right? and who you are. And I respect that. I respect everything about the universe. I respect everything about spirituality. But I'm going to have to say, then you know that we have the power in our tongue to make a change in things that we want to change. But the problem is we're too divided. And we're divided to the point whereas you're saying this, they're over there saying this one's saying this. And instead of us coming together and saying that they will no longer have power over us, they will no longer make us our slaves, it will be a change, because the truth of the matter is we are the original caretakers of this earth. When we speak of contract, contract is null and void in the spiritual world. Contract paper don't mean nothing, because without paying homage to that tree, you understand? That tree ain't gonna work for you like you want it to.
I understand that there's a certain degree of action that must take place in the physical world in order to facilitate stripping them of power. To just simply say, we've been saying that for more than 100 years.
Okay, okay. Wait, let me rest.
Let me finish.
Let me rest.
Finish my comment.
Let's get back to the sister and the reading. Because I got about 5 or 6 people want a reading, and then after that, if we want to debate that, it's cool. With all due respect, even to you, Sister V. Let's get back to the reading, and then we got people in line, and we'll take them in line.
She said February 21st at 9 something in the morning. She didn't say what
9:46.
What year?
48. 48.
1948. Okay, you know, I want to keep this short, right? You experienced sore throats before, laryngitis, strep throat, tonsillitis when you were younger?
Well, I had my tonsils out. I guess I did, right?
Yeah.
When I was 7 years old.
That's a yes. Okay, I don't need any details with that regard. I just need to.
Okay, I didn't know if that's what it was, though. That's why I said that. I'm not sure.
I needed to confirm that the time of birth you gave me was correct, and that would do it, right? Okay, so the next 2.5 years is going to be about your fun, your entertainment, your creativity, and creativity goes artistically as well as economically, like in terms of making investments. And you're going to need to bolster aspects of your life that make you more independent financially, as you've observed over the last 3.5 to 4 years that your support or your ability to rely on others saw a bare minimum over the last 3 or 4 years, which should have influenced you to bolster your sense of self-sufficiency. You know, like I realized I don't have any support. The support I thought I had, I can do this by myself. And since I'm going to do this by myself, I don't really need y'all anyway. Well, the ability to bolster your finances, it will have to be done independently. So it's like a side gig or your own personal business venture. And you'll have to re-establish or reconnect with well, what I would say is that you would have to rebuild your social and professional network, or to restructure it in a way that accommodates your being able to make that money independently. That's what I would say in short. You know, anybody can call me between 1 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any day of the week. Okay.
You said, how can we call you?
My phone number is 516-881-6992, and I'll repeat slower. 516-881-6992. Now, if you call me, I'm doing 5-minute samples for free. If you need a conclusive and detailed reading, I charge $300 per session. Okay, so you know, be mindful of that when you call me. I have no problem with people calling me and I'll do a sample. You know, over the last 3 years, you have grown more and more dissatisfied with your residential circumstances. And there was a desire even before then, five to 6 or maybe even 7 years ago, to relocate. Did that occur? Did you relocate between 2015
Yes,
and
yes,
2017?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So now it is you're restructuring. Actually, the last 3 years has been about restructuring. And part of that restructuring was forced into being by your inability to rely on people you were able to rely on before, or their absence, or their inability to assist you. Okay.
All right. Is there any other readers want to contribute? Sister Nikki, you want to start?
Well, can I
Child?
just thank the God see, because he was really right on point. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Star Child. Lisa, do you want to turn the card for?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, I can turn the card for.
Cool.
Do you have a question that you want to ask, and how, why, what?
Okay. Well, yes. Thank you. The question would be: I'm living in a home home that I own now, but years ago I lived in another home that I owned, and I want to go back there because I consider it my home. What do you see with me going back to my original home?
Okay. Do you feel like there's a blockage that's blocking you from going there, or you want me to go on that question? What?
Well, the blockage, I guess it could be a blockage is the Caucasian people. Of course, when I lived there, it was just my home and another home. So the Caucasians are there now, and they built up all around it. So when I go there and I'm just measuring my land or whatever, it's always a problem with them. I know I'm going back, but how hard is this going to be?
Okay. I'm shuffling. I'm focusing on your question.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready to pull a card for you.
Okay.
Okay, I pulled the Knight of Wands in a reversed way. Okay, with the Knight of Wands, there's a horse who's up high. The wands represents fire. He's in armor, so there is protection with you. You're in your robe or your garb, and your horse is he's holding on to his sterns. There are lilies that are growing on this wand, which means growth, new era, new way. But like I said, it represents fire as well. The knight has his armored feet into the rims of the horse. So with it being reversed, and there's also mountains. There's 3 mountains. I see them as Giza. There is some work that you have to do. Yeah. But there is possibilities or inevitableness that you will be, because you're traveling. You're going through the desert. It's dry. So there is something that you need to do to get there, but there is hope.
Can you tell me what it is I need to do?
That's on you, with inside of you, as far as what you need to do.
Okay.
Just stay focused, stay positive, and stay on your journey.
Thank you. I guess that answered my question, because I didn't think I was really focused enough. So you answered my question too. But I thank you both so much.
Are you welcome?
Okay, next we're going to Brother Gagon, and then we're coming to Niambi. Brother Gagon, can you unmute yourself?
One minute, Uzi, cool. Let me go back. I tried to unmute myself at first, but I just want to end on two last reading really quick. Okay, so she just came out of her 9th year cycle. So she just came from her ending to her new beginning. So now she's experiencing her begin again. Her begin again. That's what I'm hearing. The whole time I was hearing begin again, begin again. This is her first year. So to back up what everybody already told her, she needs to start her healing. That's one of the things that she needs to work on. Start her healing from her past. She's still holding. There's too much that she's still holding on to that she's afraid to let go, and you have to work on letting it go because what I'm saying is that your mind is just like, oh, you're here everywhere. It's just like a consistent shake. I mean, it's just too much on your mind. You need to take a deep breath. Quiet your mind. It's too much going on in there. It's hard for you to even focus because your mind.
So is the healing part of forgiveness, to forgive someone or something?
Not just to forgive. There's too much that you're holding on. I can feel all your emotions. There's a lot of hurt that you're still holding. You need to release it. You have to release
Thank you, because that's true too.
Hurt. Write it down. Write it down. And real quick, write it down. And it's going to hurt to go do all of this, whatever. Just write it down. Read it. Ball it up. Take it outside. Set it on fire. Give it back to the universe. When you
I will. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, that's it. I'll let you.
Wow. Thank you so much. You two, you all were gods and the god and the goddesses were just wonderful. Thanks again.
Well, let's say cool. Let me tell her she'll be going back to see about that house by May.
By May.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And that's May.
And don't fear, because what Spirit is showing me is that you're fearing. Don't worry about the Caucasians. That's your property. Okay? So Spirit is telling me that you need to go there with full confidence. And if that's where you want to be, that's where you're going to be. Okay? But do not fear. Don't worry about them. And not only that, let me ask you a question. Do you own the patent to your land?
Well, a patent, I own it soulfully, but I don't have a patent on it.
Okay. Now, did they try to offer you money for your land, for your house?
Well, it's no house. I had a fire years ago, but what they did is when they never bothered anything. That land sat for 30 years. So when I went and I paid all my back taxes, as soon as I paid my back taxes and I went over there and started taking trees down and everything, that's when it became a problem with them. But no, go ahead.
Spirit wants you to find out about owning the land and the patent of that land, because a lot of people don't understand if they don't patent, right, they still can do things with your land if you don't own the patent. But I will tell you this, that's your land. Ancestors are not going to let them take it from you. So do not fear. I don't care how much money they have. Do not fear. That is your land. You will be there.
Okay, is the patent the same as a trust? I don't know about a patent on a land. I patent things, products, but never land.
A deed.
Yes.
Is it the same as a trust? I have a deed.
No, the deed. Most deeds are issued illegally against the patents, against the owners of the patents, because people don't know that they own the land.
Where do I get this deed from?
You have to research.
Washington?
You have to really do a research process to find out.
Y'all exchange numbers so we could, because I still got 10 more people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not to be rude,
all right.
but I still got 10 more. Gagon.
Hey, greetings. Thank you, Brother Seeker. Thank you for this wonderful forum, and thank you to all the wonderful talent readers and spiritual advisors. So I have a question. So over the last year and about 2-3 months, I've gone through what I call the dark night of the soul, and gone through a major transformation in my life. And now I feel like I'm, gradually just coming out of that. So in the next 2 months, planning to make a move out of where I'm at now, sell my house and go west. I got an opportunity in California. So I want to kind of know, a little bit about that, and, why, in terms of the challenges, just trying to get a better insight into that.
When's your birthday?
6/29/1958, 11 p.m.
Okay, hold on a second. Can I call you back in like 20 minutes?
While he's doing that, I'm going to say you're not going to like the West.
Okay.
You're going to get there, and when you get there, it's going to be okay for the first couple of weeks. But whatever you're trying to do, the energy is not conducive to what you're trying to do. Ancestors don't want you in California.
Okay. Where they want me at?
I don't know. Where are you located now?
I'm in Florida, Miami.
Okay. I don't
And
know why I'm picking
not
up.
feeling that either.
When's your birthday again?
Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona, yeah, that's one of the places. That's the 3 spots. Was California, Arizona, New Mexico.
6/22 what?
No, 6/29/58, 11 p.m. So, Nicky, you said Arizona, huh? Now, that was also one of the places on my list. There was 3: California, Arizona, New Mexico.
Arizona is what Spirit is showing me is going to be conducive to what you're trying to do.
Okay.
You put off plans to travel between 2012 and 2015, or between 15 and 17?
Say that again. Did I put off plans?
Did you put off plans to relocate or travel between 2015 and 2017? 15, 16, and 17.
No, I didn't do any travel, but I did travel in 18.
Okay, what I said was, did you put off plans to relocate during that time?
No, I was thinking about it, but I didn't have any concrete plans. No.
But when did you leave from Charlotte to Miami?
That's what I'm telling you, 2018.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it was put off until 2018. The desire to go came before 2018.
Oh yeah, there was a desire. Yeah.
Between 2012 and 2015, and it was put off until 2018. Okay. So I need to verify this. I need to qualify this descendant first. Okay. What city are you in, God?
Was I born or where I'm in now? Miami.
No, where you're now. You're in deep
Miami,
south.
Florida.
You're in the deep south now. Okay.
Yeah. It's about as far south as you can
All
go.
right. You had problems with your lower digestive tract?
Not generally, but recently I had.
I'm talking about when you were younger, not even recent.
No.
Okay, the time of birth that you gave me, 11 p.m. You're Pisces rising here. That you should have as a child experienced some issues with your lower digestive tract or your lower back. You've never had any pain or any discomfort with that part of the body. Well, would you impart to me which part of the body before puberty needed to heal? Which part of the body? And it doesn't need to be a serious injury.
I didn't have really any injuries up until, I got into my late 20s. The only injuries I got maybe just playing sports, knees.
What part of the body, bro? The knees?
Knees, yeah.
So when you were younger, you had issues with your teeth too? Dental issues?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So there it goes. All right. That tells me. All right. The time of birth you gave me, man, I would offset by about 6 hours. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Okay. But at any rate, what I see here is between 2015 and 2017, the desire to relocate was held up or delayed. There were also some revamping with regards to your relationships. Okay. And like you revamped your whole standard or guidelines that you set up for relationships, and you now have a different perspective on how you go about that, right? And between 2017 to 2019, you received a rude awakening from your social circle as to how alone you are in your endeavors to improve your condition. Okay. So that should have pressured you in some way to alter the way that you do business, alter the way that you open associations and things of this nature. So for the last year or so, you've been trying to establish a new circle within which to conduct your business, one that will actually see you through. Okay. So there's a need to continue on that path with that regard. Now, the some transportation issues or some issues that abound at a distance from you are what I'm seeing for the next 2.5 years. So if it doesn't deal with property that you own at a distance, then it deals with your relocation or your getting there, right? And a mechanization of what you've been doing all your life now needs to be shifted to a platform where it can be facilitated, like online. You know, like people who don't have online businesses are falling off, right? If there's any aspect of your business or your livelihood that will be bolstered by the mechanization of it, putting it online, using online features, now's the time to get in with that as far as you're concerned. Because within another 2.5 years, when Saturn enters Pisces, you'll be changing your entire lifestyle.
So one quick thing, brother, was that I've had many astrology readings, but my ascendant from what I can see in the ephemeris was actually in Sagittarius.
Well, if you were born,
no, in Leo.
If
Leo,
you were born,
my moon.
What time did you say you were born? 8 o'clock in the morning, right?
No. 11 p.m.
Okay, pardon me. That's what I got up here.
Leo,
11 p.m.
Leo.
Now watch this. You are a Cancer sun, right? Born June 29th. No ephemeris is going to tell you that Leo is rising at 11 p.m. anywhere on the planet Earth, because Leo is 30 degrees behind the sun in your chart on your day of birth. That would mean that you were born first thing in the morning. So if you were born at 11 p.m., the sign of Cancer is on the other side of the planet Earth. And what is rising is either Aquarius or Pisces anywhere in the United States.
Right.
So the time of birth you gave me, and an ephemeris wouldn't give you an ascendant. Okay, first of all.
All right, let's get to his question because we still got to be moving.
So
we're spending like 10 minutes, and we all got to share that time.
Okay, yeah, and I have an appointment that I have to tend to that I was supposed to attend to it at 9 o'clock, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anybody that has a question that can be handled within 5 minutes can get a free session with me for 5 minutes if they just call me. All right, between 1 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, exclusively, because I'm not taking calls outside of that. My number, or you can find me on Instagram, Cosmo361, COZMO 361. Usiko, I'm gonna have to remove myself, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having my back.
Indeed, right. God.
I'll call you. I got to call you about that paperwork. So,
all right, very well. Right. Everybody here, greetings, peace. It was nice sitting with y'all.
All right. Anybody else with Brother Gagon have?
Yeah, I just wanted to let him know that I can, according to his birthday, I can see that his downfall was in 2017. Is when he had his ending. But I'm also seeing something with a really bad relationship. Something happened with your relationship. Because that's what I'm seeing. That's the first thing I saw was relationships. But your begin again was 18. You begin again. You restarted things in 2018. And I can also see that you already started with your trying to heal some of your past wounds. So don't give up.
Oh no.
Keep going, because I can see your fight. I can see that you already then started healing. So continue healing. Even follow some of the process that I told the sister from before. Write them down. And just to let you know, I see you. And it's okay. Only real men cry and let those emotions out. You be trying to hold it in too strong. Stop trying to hold it in. It's okay to let it out.
Yeah. Can I elaborate on his health?
Go ahead, sis.
Your stomach. You mentioned that you had some digestive problems earlier.
Just recently, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your right intestine is kind of backed up, so you might want to.
You're right on.
Yeah,
you're right on. I've been working on it.
Okay, good. You need to do like a super colon cleanse, and also too, you probably might want to get your prostate checked. Okay, nothing for you to panic about, but I see some bacteria. I don't know if you had inflammation,
I
but
already
not
did.
you did.
But
Okay,
you're right on.
all right.
But you're right on that. Yes.
Okay, all right, all right.
On that, it's called small flowered willow root, Brother Gagon, and it's the best thing that I've ever used. You have to order it for shrinking your. Usually about 4 pills will shrink it. You know, like that. It's the best.
Willow root.
It's called small flowered willow root.
Well, when you get a chance, text me where your source where you get it from. I'll get it from there.
Sure, I'll be happy to, because it works, you know, like that. Especially as you get older and you can ejaculate and swell up and you piss, you stream, and that shrinks it. About 4 pills shrink it back down. So it's something to consider. Lise, did you flip a card or we can move on?
I flipped the card.
What you got for him? Thank you, Lisa. What you got for him?
I flipped the upright 8 of cups. Cups represents water. And it's funny what Ross said about him being born behind the Saturn or whatever astrological Pisces.
I'm a water sign. I'm a water sign. Cancer's a water sign.
Okay, so here is a full moon, and in front of the full moon is there's a crescent behind that full moon. There are mountains. The moon is glowing from the mountains, and it's water that you have to cross. So it's something that, you know, as far as your flow. I'm sorry.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Okay, your flow, as far as what they was talking about, your health wise, it seems like with this water, it's flowing. So it may be difficult times that you're going through right now, but it's not gonna, trouble don't last always. As long as you do what you need to do, you're gonna get through it.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to get plugged up here again. Thank you once again, Brother Gagon.
Thank you, bro.
Sister Nyambi, you're up.
I'm not sure what type of reading I want. I just wanted to have one. So whoever feels free to give me one, I would appreciate it.
What's your date of birth?
4780.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
April 7th, 1980.
April 7th. Okay, a second. Wow. You got the Wheel of Fortune. That's a good card. You got the clouds, you got the eagle, you got pretty much the goat, which is the Capricorn, the Libra, the Leo, the Gemini, and the eagle. You also have the Sphinx with a sword. You have this fox that's wrapped around the Wheel of Fortune. It's a lot of stuff that's a snake. You have pretty much whatever is about to happen with you is inevitable. So whatever it is that your question that you have, it's gonna happen. Just stay on your path and do what you need to do, because like I say, it's inevitable.
Okay.
That's a good card.
Thank you.
But you've been thinking a lot. You think a lot, don't you?
Too much.
I know. You know, and I see some emotional distresses with you. Ancestors want you to move forward this year. You've been through some things, right? I see that you've been through a lot of things, and you know I don't want to get into it more, but this year is going to be, like the sister said, is going to be a very good year for you. But what they want you to do is let go of whatever you're holding on to, Okay, whatever you've been through. Also, you're having some health problems. You got fibroids?
Yep.
Yeah, I see that. You probably need to get some, we have some African tea that gets rid of fibroids in 2 weeks. And if you want to know more about it, I'll talk about the Sekou. But, pretty much focus on you. Ancestors want you to do more for you too. You do for everybody else, but you need to do more for you. It's time to say, what do you want to do? It's time to take care of you, okay? But do get rid of the past. This year is going to be a very good year for you, mentally, physically, and spiritually, okay?
I appreciate that. I've been really working hard on that, and I've been feeling that definitely, because I've been pouring more into myself than I've ever have, especially within the last 6 months.
Good.
So you're absolutely right. Yeah, I've been having some health issues, and that's been heavy for me, having health issues. But I'm thankful for that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got some inflammation in one of your knees. Which one is it? The right or the left? I keep picking up like the right knee, maybe a little bit of inflammation in there.
You said my knee?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't think so, but I know I used to get knee lock joints, like when I was pregnant years ago, and I had fluid around my knees, and so I know I used to get issues with my knees. I haven't had it lately, but that's possible, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, just be mindful of that. Spirit is just showing me a little bit of inflammation, preferably your right knee. Okay. So be mindful of that. But the fibroids, you can get rid of those too. You can get rid of those too. You don't have to get surgery, but do focus on your health. You've been having blood pressure?
It goes up and down.
Up and down, right? It fluctuates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but a lot of that is too, you got to realize, you stress about things you ain't got no business stressing about, but really focus on trying to relax your mental, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Can I add to that? Yeah, you need to also remove your self-doubt. You have a lot of self-doubt, a lot of like sorry. You need to bring it back up. Do your affirmations. That's what I'm hearing. Your affirmations. Write the vision, make it plain. That's what I'm hearing. Write the vision, make it plain. Stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating. I know that your downfall was in 14, and you are actually in your 7th year right now. So, what sister just said just now, Nicky Love, she hit it dead on, like everything that's coming, because you are in your 7th year right now. There's a shift that's about to come, but you need to try to focus, remove the self-doubt. And I don't know why you feel like you're not good enough, and you are. You need to remember who you are and whose you are. You're very gifted, but you keep your gifts are quieted. Don't quiet your gifts. Let your gifts come forth. Let them come forth. It's like you holding back. And it's the fear that you holding and the doubt that you holding on yourself is what's lacking your gifts from showing. Love on yourself some more. You're very beautiful. Recognize who you are.
Thank you.
Ms. Hernandez, are you doing something? You flipping the card? If you're not, I'm gonna go to.
I already flipped the card for her.
Okay, we'll go to Sister Nee. Yeah. NYE. Please unmute.
Hi, it's Nye.
Nye. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay.
Do you have a question, or does anybody feel like they would like to give us some information now?
Now,
Hi, I just pretty much wanted a reading. It's a lot going on through my mind right now and my spirit. I'm just trying to really understand my purpose. And I'm Star Child's daughter, by the way.
Star Child's daughter.
Greetings. Yeah, peace.
Beautiful soul like your mom. You're spiritual like your mother. You know that, right?
Yes.
You have the same gifts as your mom, and a beautiful spirit both of you have. But you're confused. What I see is confusion with you. You're not sure what area you need to go in or which way you need to go. You know that you have a gift like your mom, but yours is just a little bit different than mom's. You have more of here. I see, and I'm not sure exactly what your mom does because I don't know her, but I know she got a beautiful soul. I can read her. But I see with you, a lot of your gifts is going to come with you healing with your hands. I don't know if you thought about doing Reiki or something like that.
I've thought about it, but I'm not sure which way to go.
I keep seeing you're going to heal with your hands. Now you have the gift to see, and basically you'll be the type that when you get ready to do your Reiki, you'll be like, you'll be able to see in people's bodies. So your gift is going to come with your hands. So that's what I see. You came back to heal people in a way of touch. That's what I see with you.
Okay. I actually recently I've been practicing some of it. I like to heal my children a lot.
Okay. All right. See. So you're definitely on your journey. Then you're doing what the ancestors want you to do. They want you to incorporate with your healing of trying to see as well in their bodies. Okay.
Okay.
But you're on your path though. Definitely on your path.
Oh yeah, you hit on. I wanted to sit this one out because I don't want to give my, I already give her readings all the time again. And you hit so much on point, Nicky Love, because actually myself, I'm a healer too. So I can actually do distance and Reiki healing myself. But my daughter, she is very gifted at many levels, and her started at a very young age.
Okay.
So you hit on. But I'm gonna sit this out and let y'all do your thing with her.
I'm pretty much done. I don't know if the other sisters want to, try to read her or give her a reading, but she's on point. She's doing what she came here to do. Yeah.
What about you, Lisa?
I pulled the High Priestess reverse, which is secrets, disconnected from intuition, withdrawal, and silence. The High Priestess sits in front of a thin veil decorated with pomegranates. The veil represents the separate conscious and subconscious realms, the seen and the unseen, and serves to keep casual onlookers out. Only the initiated may be entered. The pomegranate on the veil are a symbol of abundance, fertility, and the divine feminine, and are sacred to Persephone, who ate a pomegranate seed in the underworld and was forced to return every year. On either side of the high priestess stand two pillars marking the entrance to the sacred mystical temple. One pillar is black and the letter B, Boaz meaning in strength. And the other is white with the letter J, Jashin meaning he will establish. The black and white colors of the pillars symbolize duality, masculine and feminine, and darkness and light. Starting that knowledge and acceptance of duality are required to enter this sacred space. The high priestess wears a blue robe with a cross on her chest and a horned diadem or crown, both a symbol of her divine knowledge and her status as a divine ruler. In her lap, she holds a scroll with the letter Torah, signifying the greater law, according to A.E. Waite. It is partly covered, signifying that the sacred knowledge is both explicit and implicit. It will only be revealed when the student is ready to look beyond the material realm. The crescent moon at her feet symbolizes her connection with the divine feminine, her intuition and subconscious mind, and the natural cycle of the moon. So that's what you get for the reverse of the high priestess.
Okay.
So what's your so is that like what you're going through, like a duality? Normally I say duality is where you have a battle with the good and the bad within yourself.
Yes.
That's a lot of times people get angry and they don't know why, because they're having that battle with themselves. And sometimes the bad win, but most times the good win.
Yeah. I'm gonna say embrace your gifts. You know your gifts. You know where they are. You know you didn't travel. You know what's coming. You know about this war. You already know everything that's coming because you already see it. You're full aware. You've been seeing it for years, decades. You've been in the spaceship, everything. You already know. I'm going to say embrace them. Embrace your gifts. Allow them to come through. Stop fighting. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Hey, peace. Thank you, Netta, for joining us.
Hello.
Peace and good luck with it. Tiny phone, you're next. You have a question you want answered?
Thank you.
No.
I go.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I actually didn't have a question. I actually was inquiring about a reading, and I'm actually I don't even know her name really. Oh, Star Child's daughter.
Hey, Des.
Mom,
So
how
I
are
guess
you?
you're like for Nikki and Lisa to give you some insight.
Yes, I mean it really doesn't matter. Um, I actually have some insight, but I would like more.
You know what's funny? Tiny is just so cute. You are so cute. You sound like you're about 12 years old.
Thank
You're
you.
now you're not. I don't see that you're all the way on the path like your mother and your sister. Okay, I see
Mhm.
that you're still over here in the physical world. Now, are you worried about something with a boy? Are you worried about something with a boy?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. What do you want to know? Tell me.
Well, no, not necessarily. I just wanted to read it in general. Because there's actually a lot on my mind. I'm actually
I
a
know.
book writer. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
Not
so
really
you're doing a
sure.
lot of things. How old are you?
I'm 25, but I feel like I'm 40.
You might be. You
No,
might have an old soul. Do you know what I mean?
I,
So,
I believe I do, and that's what makes me very emotional.
well, let me tell you this. You do a lot, think a lot, you're doing a lot, you have a lot on your mind. You know why? Because you're very creative. That's part of your beingness, okay? So you're very
Yeah.
creative. But what Spirit is telling me to tell you is that you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're not finishing this and you're not finishing that. So they want you to pick 2 or 3 things that you focus on. You're writing a book. What else are you doing?
I'm writing a book. Um, I'm starting a business called TDM, Talented, Determined, Motivated. It's actually from Tiny. Um, take the DES off and it's Tiny, so it's Talented, Determined, Motivated, which is my clothing line. So it's a clothing line, my book, and I've been modeling on and off since I've been 6. So right now I'm just trying to self be a self-made model.
Okay. Okay. Now, what Spirit is showing me is that your book is going to do very well. Focus on your book and get that done. It's very important that you get that book done because there's messages that people need to see in your book, okay? Why you laugh?
Yes. I'm
Yeah?
laughing because it's so like it's so amazing you saying that because I talk to my spirit guides every night. I just got healing stones. Oh, it's so the oh Jesus. Um I already know I know it's the book. I know for sure now this year because like I told God, I said, God, if you have to slap me with the knowledge, like do whatever you have to do so that I won't miss my blessing at all. Every time I get into a lift, I meet a book writer, I meet what is it called? Real estate agents. It's just so amazing because every time I pray and I be like, okay, I used to get frustrated. At God, like, all right, he's not answering me. He take too long. Oh, you get frustrated at me? Okay, I'll tell you when you're ready. So I'm like, now that I've got older and I have wisdom, I'm just like, I've learned to pray about everything before I do it and just try to be the best version of myself, honestly.
Oh, you're going to be great. There's no doubts about it. You're going to be great. And your books, that's not the only book you're going to bring. I see.
It's really, Jesus, 1 second.
I see 3.
It's actually crazy. It's not crazy, but it's actually amazing because I started this when I was 13.
Let her speak to you what the ancestors is telling you.
Okay.
So there's going to be a total of 3 books within the next, I'm going to say 5 years. You're going to have a total of 3 books. You'll see. Okay. Focus on your books because that's where your money's going to be. Okay.
Okay.
So definitely do get serious about your book writing because in your books, there are going to be messages and these messages are going to heal as people read your books. That's what I see. Okay. Don't let nobody sidetrack you though. Be very careful with letting somebody sidetrack you.
Okay, I definitely will. I also wanted, I'm sorry, I wanted to let you talk, but I also did want to piggyback off how you were saying 3 books. It's amazing how you said that because this year God just gave me a 4th book. So he approved the 3 books, but I've been writing since I've been 13. And every time I pray, I'm just like, sometimes I fight with angels, but now I'm just in the phase of acceptance.
Accept it because that's one of your gifts. That's one of your gifts. Yeah. You're going to be brilliant. Okay. But because you think so much, the ancestors want to give you this last message. Don't stop creating, but don't overwhelm yourself. So, you might have this going on. You might be doing this over here. Pick 3 things you want to do and then run with them. But do take one of them very serious, which are your books. That's going to make your money. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
This is just amazing.
Now I pulled a card for you. The card is strength. However, it was reversed when I pulled it. It's inner strength, self-doubt, low energy, and raw emotions. In the strength tarot card, a woman gently strokes a lion on his forehead and jaw. Even though it is known for its fearfulness, the woman has tamed those wild beasts with her calm and loving energy. The lion is a symbol of raw passions and desires. And in taming him, the woman shows that animal instinct and raw passion can be expressed in positive ways when inner strength and resilience are applied. She doesn't use force or coercion. She channels her inner strength to subdue and subtly control the lion. The woman wears a white robe showing her purity of spirits and a belt and crown of flowers that represents the fullest, most beautiful expression of nature. Over her head is the symbol of infinity, representing her infinite potential and wisdom. With the reverse reading for the tarot, it gives you, it's not a bad thing at all. It just allows you to focus in on like things that what you fear, work on. When the reverse strength card appears in a tarot reading, tune into your current levels of inner strength, confidence, and self-belief. Are you overflowing with self-confidence or are you depleted? And how can you bring these aspects back into balance? If you have recently experienced a setback, you may be vulnerable and lacking in self-confidence. Know that your core strength will always be with you, and now is as good a time as any to reconnect with this power. In fact, you may hold more strength and resilience than you give yourself credit for. So be kind to yourself. You can also reinvigorate yourself, assurance and self-esteem by collecting evidence from your past that proves you have what it takes to succeed and overcome these temporary challenges. Check in on your energy levels right now. You may be sluggish, particularly if you have been dedicating yourself to serving others or have been pushing hard to achieve a goal. The reverse strength card is your invitation to take stock and restore your energy levels by resting and withdrawing for a temporary period. It's vital that you take care of yourself so you can take care of others. In its shadow form, the reverse strength card can signal that you are prone to explosive behavior, lashing out at others and becoming aggressive. You may act without thinking and end up doing something you regret later. The key is not to repress the raw emotions, but to learn how to channel it so it won't harm others or yourself. Seek a professional to help you better deal with these emotions.
Okay, I definitely do need to.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we're doing you next, Lisa.
Yeah, me.
You're next. And then after that, we're going to go to Miss Jackson.
Lisa, you need to put
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate y'all.
You're welcome. Lisa need to put down them cards. Lisa, you can see without them cards. You know that.
Can I?
Yes, you can. Because you don't have confidence in your visions. You got to have more confidence in your visions. Because I see you really don't need the cards. I see that the cards are your guide, but Spirit has shown me that you have a natural gift to see without them cards. Is this new for you?
What, my cards?
Or you've been doing it for a while?
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, but you don't need them though. Why you using cards?
I don't know.
Because you can see you have, it's like, I guess you're used to using the cards if you've been using it for years, but Spirit has shown me that you just have a natural gift. You don't need them cards, but you don't trust your visions. And what Spirit has shown me is you're not paying attention to your visions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have become so used to the cards, but your visions are better than the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Spirit has shown me. You have a specific question you want to ask?
My question is, and I have a lot going on. I'm an artist. I want to open up an art academy. I sell natural products. I do rituals, and I just want to know where I stand with opening my business or setting up a podcast or some type of platform where I can tell my story to help other people, help the children. It's a lot.
You know what? It sounds like you're doing a lot of the same things I'm doing. And I try to like balance it out, because what I do is I have a saying that it's spiritual first and physical second, right? So I make sure that I do my readings, and then I make sure I do my rituals. And then I also give back to the community by helping the children. For the most part, you want to try to make sure you're always paying attention to your spiritual. I'm very big on, making sure that I go to my ancestors, I deal with my gods to make sure they're taken care of. So in turn, they can bless me with the business and all the things that I need for the businesses, such as clients or what I need to do for them. Okay. I see that you're very good with the children. You have your products. I do the same thing. We have products, but again, I make sure that I always address my spiritual first, because when I go to my ancestors and when I do my daily things to the gods or whatever, I don't have to worry about where my next dime is coming from. And in the meantime, I bring balance by doing readings, rituals, products, and then I focus on giving back to the community. And I don't overwhelm myself. So I have certain days I do things, like today was the day to work on packages and make products, right? So then you might want to take the next day to do your readings and your rituals. Well, we have certain days we deal with our gods. So you might want to take that day to, try to make a schedule so you don't overwhelm yourself. But like I was telling the young lady, don't overwhelm yourself by doing too many things, because then you can't accomplish that one thing. Okay. But I do see this is going to be a good year for you. This year is going to be a very good year for you. Once you get everything ordered, I keep seeing a financial flow for you. Just maybe between, I'm going to say between March and June, you're going to get an influx of money coming in. Okay. Influx of money. I'm not sure how, do you charge for your readings?
No, I haven't. I set up a Facebook page where I'm giving 100 readings for free. And the only thing that I ask for is a review.
Okay.
On what they felt, or how what I could have did better, or did I hit it on point. I just asked for them to give me a review, and after the 100 readings, that's when I'm gonna start charging. So I'm at like 94 now, because people on Facebook, I guess I got to get a different platform, because for some reason they fear themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I know for a fact it's because they were taught by the European to fear themselves. Instead of going inside of yourself seeking the answers, you go to them for answers, and you're gonna get the wrong answer every time.
Right. Well, you probably let me just share this with you as a fellow spiritual sister. You might want to focus on the things that they need the most. The number one thing is love. Number two, finances. Number three, health. Sounds crazy, but it is what it is. So
yeah.
Focus and tap into that love aspect, because you're gonna have them coming on there. Oh, what did he cheat on me? Or oh, did she cheat? So when you focus on love, that's when you're gonna start getting an influx of people coming to you. Finances is number two, and like I said, health is number three. Once you focus on just like that right there, then you're gonna start getting them coming in, and then you can say, well, I can do a general reading for you. I can cover love, health, and finances. That's what I do.
Okay.
But trust me, number one is love. They will pay you some money to do love rituals. They will pay you some money to do readings about love, or they take care of their health. I'm telling you. So, Spirit wants you to focus on that, but don't say it and tell you so. Between March and May, you're going to get an influx. You're going to start getting money. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, money's going to flow for you. You're going to see. Yep. You're going to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is that, you see, Q?
Yeah, I'm looking at what's that, you see, Q?
He saw the earth, the world in his hand.
Yeah, no, I pulled the abundance card for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't pull a card for yourself, so I pulled one card for you, and it came out abundant. So
that's awesome.
What Nikki telling you?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. I'm hearing abundance. That's exactly what I was hearing too, Husiko. Abundance.
If it's enough, we got to go find us some land somewhere.
Oh yeah, we're in the safe
build
zone
us a bunker.
Yeah,
When is your birthday again?
My birthday?
Yeah, the month and date.
January the 7th.
Oh, okay. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So you gonna what you gonna tell me? You gonna tell me something?
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm calculating. 1 second.
Who's that? Star Child?
Yes.
Okay.
You have children, Lisa?
I do.
How many children you got? You got a son?
No, I got 3 girls.
You got a girl? Did you ever pregnant with a son? I keep seeing a boy standing around you.
Please don't tell me. Well, you know what? Check this out. I had a nephew, and my nephew, he got shot and killed May the 23rd.
Oh, wow.
One night I was home by myself, and I did a protection ritual, and I went through the whole house with my black salt, putting it in the corners. And I slept in my daughter's room that night, and over in the morning, I felt something heavy lay across me like a blanket. And I think it was my nephew. He was letting me know that he was there to protect me.
Yeah, because I keep seeing a boy that stands around you. So maybe it was your nephew. That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah, okay. and I did a ancestral ritual one night too, and invited all my ancestors in. So
yeah. How old was he?
He was 21.
You need to give him an offering. I don't know if he like chicken wings or something he wants to offer, the chicken wings or French fries. There's something he wants to offer now. You need to do it by a tree and give it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, this is some deep
Okay.
stuff.
So we see in 2017. 2017 was your loss. You experienced your loss in 2017. And your nephew, the male that Nicky Love talking about, is he tall and light skinned?
He's tall and
lighter brown skin.
He kind of brown skin.
Yeah. With short hair, wavy, deep waves.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I see. Okay. Yeah, I see him. He's very intelligent. He's very intuitive.
Wow.
But what is he's like, it's like he's peeking. Almost like I see him hiding, like he's peeking out.
Well, he's in the spiritual world, so
okay.
And I actually walk in the spiritual world all the time so I can see him.
Okay.
You know what, Star Child, to add to what you're saying, what it is he doesn't realize that he died. He's still walking around.
Oh,
and you know,
okay.
I thought that too. Yeah.
Okay.
He's 60.
Okay, so
Lift
that's
it
what I'm
up to the
seeing.
ancestors. You got to lift him up to his ancestors.
We can do something for that. You know, I can do something for that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a little lightweight portal work to get him to go to the light.
Okay.
Okay, so let me finish telling you. In your 4th year, you have to. I can see that you are not holding on as much as you used to hold on to things that you. What happened with mom?
My mama.
Mom. Yes.
She liked to gamble.
Okay.
And you know, I used to like to gamble, but I changed my patterns of my mind wave, so I don't gamble no more. I gave it up. So that was probably that 2017 where I was spending money gambling.
Okay. 18 things got better. Things got better in 2018 for you. But with mom, I'm seeing something is going on. Like she's over worried. And it's almost like I can see, is she kind of thick? Mom kind of thick?
Yeah, she's short and
Short,
thick.
yeah. Short, kind of thick, pretty long, like past her shoulder hair.
Well, her hair is, I hadn't seen her, but she had curls, but she said she took the curls out, so her hair is straight now.
Yeah, I'm seeing straight. I'm seeing straight, kind of bent at the end, natural hair.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing. It's almost like she's standing right next to you.
Wow.
Reach out to her. Something is going on. I can't see what that is. Maybe Nicky Love can see, but there's something I'm feeling. I don't know, and I feel like did she have asthma or something?
No, she said something about her bladder or her kidneys or something.
Okay.
Yeah, she's having some stomach problems. She's having problems with her kidneys, and it looks like she's having some what do you call it, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome too. But it looks like it's pushing up and causing her kidneys to bother her.
Okay, and that's
like
why
she
I'm
said,
feeling something in the chest.
she needs to cleanse. She's toxic in her stomach.
Okay.
Because instantly, even when I felt her, I started feeling like my chest hurting. Because that can happen too when your bowels is not released how they're supposed to. Because
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can feel it all in my chest area from her. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And so with you, you are in your 4th year. So there's a lot of change that's coming. I would really suggest you to scream. I don't know where that came from, but
don't think I ain't gonna do it when I get off this phone.
Right. It's like there's a release that's going to happen in your scream.
Do I need to go scream in the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Release it.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to scream, release it in the universe. And I need for you to let you got a whole truck behind you. There's like a trailer behind you with all this stuff in it. I don't even know how you carrying it. It's like when you walk, you carrying it. It's heavy as hell. It's like a rope around your waist and you just pulling it. Cut the damn rope. I'm sorry, that's just how it came out. Cut the damn rope.
Okay.
Like cut it. You carrying too much.
Wow.
Release it. Once you release it, you'll feel it. Write that stuff down. that happened to you when you were a little girl, you need to write it down. Because even though you don't speak of it much, you still holding it.
I did kill a cat when I was little.
Yeah, you holding it. You holding it. You need to write that stuff down and let it go.
So I
There's
need
some
to
other
write it
people.
down and write it down, set it on fire, and release it to the universe.
Yes, you let all your emotions on that page. You say to you have had it enough. You cannot have my energy anymore. I take it back.
Okay.
Stand with authority.
Okay.
And let that go on that paper. All those emotions go on that paper, and then set it out. You'll feel that release. Watch it as it's low in the atmosphere, and take good deep breaths. It's okay. Remember who you are. You need to look in the mirror more. You don't look in the mirror as much as you should.
You're right. I don't. And I just looked in the mirror. I did a ritual the other night with the mirror, and I captured the moon, the wolf moon, in the mirror. And I spoke in the mirror, and I looked in my eyes, and I told myself that I loved myself. I truly love myself. So mote it be. So, and that's what I did. So it's captured in the mirror. So I guess every time that I look in the mirror, I need to go look in that mirror to reassure that I'm cleansed.
Okay. May I move on? Miss Jackson, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Thank you, Sister Lisa.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Star Child Mother.
Okay.
And I'm born in July the 12th, 1956.
Of 1956. Do you have a specific question, Miss Jackson?
Yes, I just need a reading.
You just need a reading? You've been worrying about something lately, Miss Jackson. What you worrying about?
Well, I just had death in my family from May, June, July. Then my son passed away in 2016. So I have a younger brother that in his third stages of cancer. But I just give it to God. I try to let go and let God take care of it. But I need a reading. I need to know I'm a good person. I love kids. I help older people. I have a good heart.
You do have a good heart. You do have a good heart. But you know what? As your daughter, you're very empathic. You take on energy as well. And this is why I'm saying the worry with you, because you worry about everybody and everything instead of worrying about you. And you take on that energy, and it sort of kind of brings you, down another level. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And spirit and ancestors want you to really focus on you. Focus on you. I mean, it's okay to do, because that's one of your journeys, coming back here to help people. And like you said, you love children, you love old people, but we have to know when to kind of take a break and back up and say, you know what, let me just relax. I can't save the world. I had to actually do that. I had to actually stop and say, I can't save the world. You know what I mean? So we're saying that you are such a beautiful soul, and your daughter and your grandchildren. I just love all of y'all souls. Y'all beautiful souls. But
Thank you.
as us being spiritual,
Yes.
beings, we have to kind of, sometimes take a break and focus on ourselves. I think we put a lot of our energy on everybody else, because
Right.
that's part of our journeys. You're going to worry about your brother. You're going to worry about, but I do want to say this, your brother. You said he has stage 3 cancer, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is it? Does he have? What kind of cancer? Is it colon cancer or prostate?
No. Lung cancer.
Oh, he got lung cancer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can help him. You can help him. He can take some natural things to get rid of it. There's a tea called God's Tea, and the website is oldpath.com. It's OLDPATH. And a pastor created this tea years ago. He said he had a dream, and he said that the God given him 15 or 50 herbs to put together, and it's been around for a long time. Actually, the FDA took it off the market because it was healing HIV. But I know some people personally that were healed from lung cancer, from breast cancer, using that tea. And you can get your brother some, okay?
Okay, okay.
But as far as you go, you need to take it easy. You've been having some problems with your stomach?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Spirit is saying you need to change your diet. Spirit is telling me that you need to work on changing your diet. And what is it that you like to eat? What is your favorite food?
Well, I like chicken, but lately I've been eating maybe one time a day. I lost weight I do a lot of walking and I don't eat like I used to.
Okay. And I see that your digestive system is slowing down. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you what Spirit is showing me. It's not nothing to worry about, but just getting rid of the toxic energies. I'm seeing sticky blood with you. Burdock root is really good for sticky blood, but I'm seeing sticky blood, but the toxicity in your stomach. It's like you need to do a serious cleanse, maybe even a fast, maybe even a 3-day water fast. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
To reset your body. Okay. But
okay.
The message I got for you is don't worry, stop worrying and enjoy life. Do know that, everybody has a number. We don't know what it is. And sometimes we get attached to the physical aspect of beingness and not realizing that it's from birth to death and death to life. Once they leave here physically, they're still living. So, you said that you dealt with a couple of deaths, and you have to realize that it's the cycle of life. It has to go on, but we're still living. And your brother, you still can help him. Okay, so don't worry about that. But this year is a good year for you. This year is going to be a good year for you. But ancestors want you to focus on you a little bit more and stop taking on other people's energy, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
May I add something, Sister Nikki?
Sure.
I feel a pull, a definite pull. So what I want you to do is take a pair of scissors, and I want you to pretend like you're cutting tethers off of you. And then I want you to do an oral salt rub, where you get a bowl of water, put some salt in it, and rub that salt down, because you love people, but the way you attach to them, then they're pulling out too much energy out of you. And it's coming out of your stomach, as a matter of fact. So just play like you're cutting the umbilical cords, and then do your salt. Even if you have to do the salt thing once a week for a while, where you can be concerned about them, but you're almost like you're doing intercession to keep people going. And like Nikki said, you're not eating right. So to do intercession to keep somebody strong going, where you share your energy for them, you got to make sure that you keep yourself high. You got to eat properly and you got to sleep properly. And if you're not doing that, then it draws on your health spiritually. And it's funny because
I make hats and scarves for people, and I don't charge everybody for them. I make them, handmade, the hats and scarves, and I do like sweet potato pies and cheesecake. It's my talents and love that I have for people, and I know y'all right about everything y'all say, because I know that I'm always out helping, but I don't take time to do for me. And my daughter always saying, "Mom, you got to do you. Stop doing and start thinking about you."
Yes, I was about to say, I tell you that all the time. And I just recently told you about the salt water. Remember, I told you need to take a bath, a shower in salt. And I told you quiet your mind, stay away from negative energy.
Yep.
But what I wanted to do is I wanted to rub it. It's got to make it more effective, opposed to taking a bath and then just put it in a bowl and just make sure she rubs it all over. Because what that's going to do is going to cleanse her aura and then shed it. Because she needs to cut it, salt it, and then shed it, so that her aura can blow some things off. And then once she put on the organ, she got, to help her, like that. Because you're going to do is just that you have to go in with your armor on. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Go in with your armor, because you're not going to get away, give your brother up. You just got to accept that it's draining, and you got to cut off some of that, because you're leaking all over, and that's part of the sickness in your stomach. You see what I mean? Because I feel you pulling on me where you started to make me rock forward. So I know you got, you know what I mean? And that I know you're pulling a lot and you're loving, and it's cool. Because I know when my mother used to get sick, I used to pray and give her energy because I can do intercession for people. You know, but when I would do it, I would eat more. I would pick up my eating and I would pick up my sleeping more, you know, because she would draw and make me sleepy. And once, if you have the gift of intercession, then that's something that you naturally do, you know. And with all of y'all, you know, y'all like got these crazy gifts, you know what I'm saying? All of y'all, every one of y'all that I met, y'all got all these powers that y'all still starting to come out with. So understand that's DNA based. So, you know, you're the person of it. As a matter of fact, the card I pulled was the master, you know, like that was hands behind your head. You see what I mean? So you got your hands behind your head and you overseeing everything. You're trying to oversee it. And so just take care of yourself and build your energy up. And I yield. Thank you for letting me give.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I mean, what y'all said, everything y'all said was right. I mean, it's like, I just not trying to buy no friendship. I just have that big heart. My mother said I always have a big heart, and I love helping everybody and doing things for everybody. But I guess, you know, it's like God is telling me to help.
Hey, sis, you got to stay. I'm muted for a minute.
Well,
okay.
I pulled the Ace of Swords, which represents strength, with the olive plant and a fern, and each one of them on each side are dropping leaves, and it's a hand, a fist that's holding the sword upward with the crown on it, which represents royalty. So I see good in this card. It's mountains, it's a terrace. You have to go through something to get to where you need to be. But once you get through those mountains and them hills, you're good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right, brother, say cool. I have I could do one more with you, but then you know we're doing the show. We do predictions, so I'll do this last one. I'm gonna have to get off, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for being there. Let's switch to, because she's been waiting. First Lady, she's been waiting for a minute. You can unmute. And Nikki, we'll let you go first with her then. So, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is actually Amethyst. I just started to be on stage name, but my name is Amethyst and my birthday is 2/21/87. I'm just basically starting my spiritual journey as far as studying African spirituality. And I just wanted to make sure I mean, I get signs and stuff, but just want to make sure I'm on the right journey and doing the right things. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to make, you know, not paying homage. I just want to make sure that I'm grounded and I'm on the right path.
Well, you know, I deal specifically with African spirituality, Amethyst. My maternal side is from Africa. Okay, I'm very big on my African traditions, with the New York accent, of course. But you are on the right path. And usually in African traditions, what we like to do is we like to call through our maternal side when we call, you know, the ancestors down to read or see through you, okay? One of the things you need to probably do is, especially to make sure that you stay on your path with African spirituality, is calling on your ancestors, making sure that you pay homage and reverence your ancestors, even before you reverence any gods. Whether you deal with Yoruba, or whether you deal with Igbo, or if you're even dealing with voodoo, it's all African, right? So the ancestors are going to be the most important. Your ancestors will help you and guide you on this journey. So always reverence your ancestors in the morning, at night, when you're laying down. Talk to your ancestors, okay? Because they're going to be the ones that guides you and gives you the spiritual wisdom that you need. Although any one of us here can do it, you know, everybody has a little bit of a different path, but it's not much different because we're all spiritual, right? So we all have something to give, which is pertaining to our culture ways, whether you want to call it African or African American, whatever. We are spiritual people. But you're definitely on your right path. And you know, since you said African spirituality, I'm just going to say, make sure you always reverence your ancestors. Your ancestors after you and you and your ancestors, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm also committed to you's daughter. He's on the line too. And he's like, make sure you let them know whose child you are.
Oh, right on, right on. I was getting ready to call him next, and even though he put his hands down, I know he had his hands up a long time. So commit to you. Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you. Definitely.
Pleasure to meet you.
Star Child Elisa. Yeah.
Okay, so I also want to let you know that you're just coming to your beginning again. This is your first year.
Oh my goodness.
This is your beginning again. But you just coming out of your lost. What happened with the house? Something with the house.
Well, I had left a place where I was living at over a year ago.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I felt like it was a lot spiritually going in there, and it was just not good space. The energy wasn't good, so I just pretty much just like up and rerouted and started staying with my dad at one point, and then like it seems like things started changing in that note once I left that place.
Right. Even with your spirituality, just shifted last year. It shifted to a height. That's when you started seeing some of the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when they started. Cause you beginning your awakening. You even in your other phase of awakening. Because I'm hearing awakening, wake up. So I'm hearing. So you're in your other. You begin again. This is your start over. Things is, and I'm hearing boom, like now, like abundance, like now, like this year is coming. Like you've been waiting and waiting. This is the turnaround. I'm seeing like this is really weird because I don't normally see like a turntable. But I'm like, like a spin. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a spin. Like this is it. It's coming. And I'm saying, you have to remove your fear and your doubt because it wants to block it.
That's what I've been trying to work on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to block it.
Okay.
You know, ground yourself. See yourself connecting to the universe. Go into your quiet place, connect. In fact, I need for you to bring the energy up to you. You can do it. You just don't know you can do it. I need you to bring the energy from the center of the earth. Bring it up to you and wallow in it. And while it's in it, allow it to take and come to each form of your body to enter inside of you. And while you at it, tell your gifts to come out. Say, come out. Come out. Come out so I can see you. Come out, come out. That's what I need for you to do.
Yes.
Yep.
You're hitting it right on the point.
Yes, definitely. There's a male. There's a tall male that's around you.
Oh, my guy, Lamont.
Okay. Okay. Is he physically around you?
He's always around me. I just was trying to shoo him away from me just now.
Okay. Because I can't tell if it's because I see energy. So I can't tell if it's physically.
I actually separate. He's currently around me, but I went into another room. I don't know. Something just told me to get up and move into another room because, of the energy. So I was like, let me just come into another. But yes, I do have him around.
Yeah. I'm feeling, Is something going on with your left side? Maybe your breath?
I feel like I go through heart palpitations sometimes. It's weird.
Okay.
Breathing, like a weird thing.
Yeah. It was kind of heavy. I know this sounds weird. It kind of made my, I can't say that. It made my breast feel some kind of way. So it kind of but it's on that side. So I couldn't tell if it's your breath, something going on, or just
Child, she has a cyst in her breast.
Oh, okay, so that explains.
You're
Okay, so I
picking it up.
didn't hear that.
She got 2 small cysts in her breast.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So that's what I'm feeling. It's like I'm feeling it in my nipple. And
Yep.
it's so it's in that area, sort of, you know. Okay, thank you, Nicky Love. You're amazing. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Yes, so that's what I'm feeling. So deep breaths. And I want you to do this. I want you to see a baby shark. And I want you to see that baby shark eating the cyst away. Every day, see it eating it away. You hear me?
Yeah.
I want you to see the shark eating it until it's gone. And then I want you to see it's gone. You keep doing it, and seeing it gone. And
Mm.
tell your mind that it's gone. Because you have the gift to manifest, but you're not accessing it. I need for you to access it. Get it.
Mm.
It's your birthright. Take it with authority and harness it with love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I feel the need to tell you that I love you.
I love you too. Oh, I'm so grateful.
There's a, I also want to add, there's a product that I have called Pambria. It's a breast mask. It pulls toxins out of your breast.
Say, is it a tea?
No, it's a breast mask, and you put it on your breast. And
Okay.
what it does is it pulls toxins out. Brother Seiko, if I may, can I add my website in here? I text you, but you didn't get it.
No, go ahead, put it in. Please put it in. No.
Okay.
That's
it's
on your
definitely
website.
about that.
Yeah, it's on the website, and it's called Pambria, and it comes with the oil. A lot of times, women, we don't take care of our breasts. We take care of the yoni, but forget about the breast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on the website. You can
Okay.
Give her the website, because I don't see your text. But
okay, it's Wunam. I put it in the chat. It's Wunam.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll just go in the chat and just try to screenshot.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I have a feeling that Shikuni is going to need all of our readings, so I'm gonna wait because we're not going to start till 10:30. So I'll do this last one with y'all.
Oh, okay. So I can commit. Well, committed you to put his hand down. Go ahead, Shikuni.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shikuni. I was born August 19th, 1980. I think they said it's 6:32 in the morning or something. I want to know why. Why did the universe got me stuck in Memphis? What is it about Memphis? Because I hate Memphis. It's home, but I hate this place. But for some reason, no matter what I try to do to get out of here, I'm stuck here. I know my family needs me, but they don't believe in the spirit that I am. So for me, it makes my spirit feel darker, or I feel like my light ain't shining, I'm not doing my purpose, but I feel like it's some reason that I'm stuck here. I don't know what to do.
Who did a ritual? Who do you know that does rituals?
Sangoma.
Sangoma blocked you from leaving Memphis. They did a ritual to block you from leaving that state. Now, did you go to a Sangoma to get work done, or what happened?
It was kind of like I came to her for like a mentor. She was like my mentor, and then the way she was treating me kind of made me feel some type of way, like it really wasn't best for my spirit. So I kind of left and never came back. It kind of deterred me from leaning on elders in that spirit world. But I know I'm very, very, very spiritual. I know I'm very, very, very powerful, but I don't know how to access it. And I know I need help, but I'm scared that I'm gonna be abused or misused, or
No, not everybody's going to abuse and misuse you. You have a lot of sisters and spiritual people here. I knew. Spirit told me that you was going to need some help because you're crying. Now, the Sangoma that you went to, what did she do? Was she trying to make you do things you wasn't comfortable doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm nature. I'm nature. I'm
Right.
nature. I always have been. So for me to have to take a life, even from a bird, it did something to my spirit, and I feel like I'm being punished for it.
Punished for what?
For taking a life, even though it wasn't a human life, it was still it was still nature.
Well, I mean, to elaborate on that, I'm gonna tell you like this: in certain traditions, and especially in African traditions, we have to give offerings sometime, right?
Right.
But sometimes it's overdone. The only time I will use a chicken or a goat is if somebody is sick or somebody try to kill somebody. But I know what you're saying because it does bother you to have to take a life because you are spiritual. You're very close with nature, okay? But I think it has to be explained right. Sometimes they don't explain it right. It's sort of like we have to understand that the blood is the life source of us and human beings and animals, right? So when offering is given in African traditions, it's like an exchange for something else. So say if you were sick, and just say if we would take plenty, measures to heal you and it wasn't working. And then we come to find out that, I do a divination, I see that somebody did something to you to harm you. The only way I can take it off is if I give an offering and ask this bird to exchange its life to save your life. You see?
Right.
That how that works?
Those wasn't the issues.
Okay. Because you said that you said that you didn't want, even a bird has life, you didn't want to take a life.
No. I mean, I can understand like one time when she because it wasn't just one time, it was a couple of times that she made me do it.
But can I add something to it? And I don't mean to be rude, but I want to be real about it. She can be a very vindictive priestess. So it may not have to be the bird. She could have just
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? It's just, it don't have to be. You and me know. You and I know she's a vindictive priestess. So you could have just left the house and then bam, she put something on you. So you got to be open-minded about that.
So how do I get it off? Because I can feel the child. I can feel
You're talking to the lady.
Me.
She's in Atlanta.
Are you in Atlanta?
No. I'm trying to get back to it. That's what I'm trying to get back to.
Okay, but it don't matter. I could send you something. We have a lot of different things that we could use to get off. You would need to bathe in certain spirit soaps that we use to send back what she put on. We would send it back to her, and then you will wear protection, a lot of protection. Okay, so we definitely could get it off of you, and especially if she was doing what was unrighteous, because as a fellow sister, her job is to teach you and guide you and not to put anything on you. Okay, so like Brother Sekou said, if she was doing evil things, that's not right. That's not right at all. And probably what she did see is your power. She didn't want you to come into your power because your power might have been more stronger than hers, being that you're righteous and you could shut her down. But because you don't know what she knows, she took advantage of that. And that's what she did.
She kept calling me Shango and saying that the fire, I got fire, I found fire, and she ain't got Shango. She Obatala, she wisdom. Like I kept saying, what is it about me that's making you so angry?
First of all, you're African in America. Well, African Americans got to understand that we have such a mixed up lineage of blood. Not one person is exclusive to Yoruba. Yoruba is that's their tradition. Shango, Ifa, that's Yoruba tradition. My tradition, we use different gods. Africans in America are the most powerful people. They don't even know, because we have so many lineages of African culture in us. On top of the Africans that were already here, we can call on any of the gods. How does she know your son? Was she a Yoruba priestess?
Allegedly.
Exactly. Did she go to Africa to get initiated?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Exactly. My thing is, and if that's the case, she knows that Ifa would not allow her to do what's unrighteous to her fellow sister. So we're saying that I put my website in the thing in the chat, and we can definitely get it off of you. and you're going to need protection. And then you can also get guidance from Brother Satan, Yusiku, or any of us on here. Everybody here is spiritual and righteous. Only do unrighteous if we have to, but we're not for that. I'm not anyway. I don't believe in that. You know.
What is it about Brazil? I'm not ready. I mean, what is it about Brazil that my soul yearns for? My soul yearns for like that area, Cuba, Brazil, like that area.
Well, I mean, is that where you wanted to go?
That's where yes, that's where I want to go. That's where I want to live.
You could have some ancestors in Brazil. You could have. I would have to do an ancestral reading on you, but could be your spirit is calling you there for your spiritual journey. You know what I mean? So that would be something we would do another time. We don't want to take up, but yeah, definitely, I would read that to see. Maybe your ancestors are there. Maybe you have ancestors calling you there. Some people are called to the water. Some people are called to Africa. Some people are called to China. Not everybody goes to Africa. You know, some people on the Chinese journey. You know what I mean? So I would have to do an in-depth reading on that. But that's the reason why you're not able to leave. She blocked you. She also tried to block your finances too.
Yes.
I know.
What is happening? Oh my God. And this is going into the third year. This is going to the third year that now I'm finally saying, okay, I'm stuck. I'm still. What am I missing? You know, what am I missing?
Do you have anything that she has given you?
Yes, I have socks. She did my ancestors, but I can't get back to my ancestors. My ancestors is in Atlanta. I've been trying to get back to Atlanta for a year now.
Okay, well, whatever she gave you, I want you to take it and run it and throw in water. I mean, in running water. Throw it in running water, I mean, because it's going to break whatever she put on. Anything she gave you, I don't care what it is. Take it, find a river, and throw it because water is going to break it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Take it out your house, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tafuni, keep writing.
Always, every day.
You know, my girl, keep writing them songs. A Star Child, you have something for? Star Child, I will never dance.
I'm here. Star Child here.
Hi.
Okay, and hi, beautiful soul. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I am wonderful. I don't know what's going on with abuse. Not to bring negative energy up.
My whole family.
Okay, so I understand that's what you've been through, because that's what I was hearing that loud, like it was screaming in my ear. I need you to know, recognize it happened, and let it go. Okay? It's hard to let it go. I also come from, let me say, I'm gonna say years of youth abuse.
Yeah.
It was hurtful having to remember certain things as a child. But I tell you this from one person to another, write those things down on that paper, get them out of you, because you're still holding them too heavy. It came over too strong. It's more stronger on me as far as feeling it than anything. I need you to release them. They want to come out. See, the universe is even trying to help you. You got to get it out. You think this call was by mistake? This call was not even by mistake. You think Nicky Love talking to you was by mistake? It was not. When I tell you it was meant, it was ordained for you to even be here at this moment, to get this at this moment. Okay? Write that down. It's very important for you more than anybody on this call. It is important for you to write that down and let it flow. It's hurtful. It's going to be hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. Write it down. You need to do that like yesteryear. Okay? Like yesteryear. You need to get that out and get it done. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So that you can just let that go, because you need to release. There's so much coming. I didn't even work your birthday yet, but there's something that's coming. There's something that's coming. It's like, I mean, it's coming.
I
Stop
feel it.
worrying about it.
I don't
Stop
know what
worrying about it. Yeah, it's coming.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. Know it and appreciate you. You don't appreciate who you are as much. You need to appreciate who you are. Remove your doubt. Remove your fear. because yours is at an intensity, whereas though I don't know why this is coming up, but at one point there was some suicidal thoughts. So I need for you to shift that energy away. Try your best to stay away from negative energy because it's trying to pull you. You know what I'm saying? Bring yourself up. You know, bring yourself up. Bring yourself to a place where though, listen, I may not have been this, or I may not have had this, but this is where I'm at now. And I thank him in advance from allowing me this moment to go through what I had to go through, because that's my book. You understand? Continue journaling. You stop journaling. Continue journaling. Pick it back up. Write that beautiful story that we waiting for. We waiting. Girl, get that thing out there. We waiting for it. You got to feel that emotion so you can go through it and get past it. Shine like that sun that you are. You know who you are. Stop doubting who you are. Bring forth that monster that's inside of you, girl. Bring it forth. Let it shine. Let it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Confirmation.
Mad love out to you, sister. You good. It's going to be all right.
Thank you. Thank y'all. I love y'all.
How you?
I think Lisa gone. Let me try one more then. She's been. And I'll get you Nikki's number. I got her information to give to you. Now, sister, do you want to unmute?
I've done it.
Right, you got a question?
Yes. Greetings, all.
Greetings.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I am Nafisa. I would like to know, or if it's all right, which I just found this out a couple of days ago. Isiku,
yes.
I don't know, that was your friend that was saying her brother is dying of cancer. Baking soda helps to kill cancer. So I wanted to get that out, and you can, she can YouTube and find it. Hello?
Yeah, she hears you. She's actually
okay.
still on, so she hear you. I didn't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just doing like a teaspoon in some water and drink it. Baking soda helps with regular colds, everything. And what it does is it neutralizes the acid in the body. Cancer is an acid. So you know how they throw soda in swimming pools? It's neutralizing the water. So it will neutralize the blood to kill off that demon. But anyway, that's about it. And hopefully she hears and takes it serious.
I'm picking
it
up
helps
some.
with so many things.
I'm picking up some head energy around you.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Around your forehead and.
What?
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like almost.
I have on headphones.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
And the card, one of the cards I pulled was frustration, where the man, see how he's holding his head like that. So, but I'm picking up some head energy from him. So maybe you need to relax a little more. And,
so do what?
Relax a little more and not get so worked up over things. Because the other card I picked up was it's a battle going on with something. You're in the battle.
Yeah, with my son and Wisconsin.
And one of the solutions they're saying is you're going to have to learn to be a troubleshooter. You got to not get so frustrated that it bothers your head, but learn how to troubleshoot through things, like that. Anybody else?
Sister Nafisa, how are you?
Good, baby, and you? I've been waiting to talk.
I haven't heard from you in a long time, Sister Nafisa. I knew that was you.
I know. I have watched you on the phone with
On
you
YouTube?
talking and what have you.
You've been okay, brother. Seku's right. Something going on around you. What's going on with you and your son?
Well, they're holding him illegally. He has brought up a situation where I'm fearful for his life because they've been holding him since November.
Uh-huh.
And he has court on the 5th and the 18th where he's bringing actions on the judges for not following the law. And he's like the lawman. He's bringing law to them. And that's going to make them get in trouble, but to what extent, I don't know, because they violated him. And yes, that has been on me. And it's like they're waiting for the coronavirus to attack him. And I just pick up things, and he was supposed to have court like about 2 weeks ago, and they changed it. But I sent out, scrambled their brains, scrambled them up, and they were confused about something. What entirely, I don't know, but that's what I wanted, and it did happen.
Okay. Spirit show me, Sister Nafisa, you need to put protection over your son, and you need to go to the ancestors and ask them to put a 10,000-foot barrier around your son, because they are going to try to mess with him. But I do see that he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay, but he's going to need a little bit of help. You want to do a little bit of spiritual work to help him out, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I see that you're going to have to do that.
Well, they're very crooked.
Yeah, I see. I see there's a lot of things that they did that are crooked, but your son also has to realize that he can't do it by himself. So the spiritual work and the homework is going to have to be done in order to conquer them. That's what I see. Okay?
Yes.
Don't let it stress you out, because it's going to turn out, Spirit of Showman is going to turn out okay, but again, with some spiritual work and with the proper homework. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Nice talking to you again.
Pleasure, but do I give my birth date to get what else is good?
No, that's
for
all
me?
you get. That's all you get. No, just playing. Give your birthday.
Sister Nafisa, first name for me. I don't need the birthdays. I go by the first name. So I mean, Sister Nafisa, you used to come on the show all the time. I'm gonna let Star Child do this because I do have to go. And she's good. She's really good too. But I want to tell you, Sister Nafisa, this year, there's a lot of stuff you need to let go of. You need to come on. You need to do something new this year. Spirit is saying you need to embark on something totally new this year. That's what I see for you, okay? But I'm gonna let Star Child have it because we're doing the February predictions, y'all. Y'all could check us out on YouTube. Nicky Love Wunam. That's NICKYLOVEWUNAM. So we're getting ready to do that. I have to get off of here, but I love you, Sister Nafisa.
Man, I wish you'd do it. I wish you got that in the chat.
Baby. Thank you.
Huh?
You got that in the chat?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you guys, I put in there, look, just go on YouTube and look up Nicky, NICKYLOVE, and then WUN is an NCAM. Nicky Love Wunam. We're getting ready to do, every month we do predictions. So we're doing February predictions. If y'all want to check it out after this, y'all can come over to YouTube, okay? We're going to start it at 11 now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Peace and love, honey.
All right. Peace and love, family. Love y'all. Y'all have a good
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when is your birthday again? Just a month and a day?
8/12/53. I was born on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so I don't go as deep as the I do, but I'm just going to focus on a month and a day on this call.
The month
and a day.
August, Leo. The 12th.
August the 12th. Got you. Okay, August the 12th. 1 second.
Leo. Yep.
Dang, I can't find it.
Okay. Okay, so 2014 was your loss. You went through some loss in 2014.
I did, but I think it was a year before my house.
Okay. So yeah, so 2014, yeah, lost family member. I'm seeing something, a male, something with a male. And also I don't, who is the male that's he's a thick male, he got locks.
Unlocked?
No, he have locks in his hair. There's a thick male with locks.
No, I don't know nobody with locks.
Okay. I don't know who it is, but
my son used to have locks around that time, my baby boy.
Okay.
But he cut them off.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. You said he had dreads, but he cut them off?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So that's what you said. That's
and he's kind of heavy set.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm saying, that maybe what I'm saying is before the dreads. I mean, before he cut it. Okay, so stick with him. You said this individual was who? There's a close connection.
My baby son.
Okay, baby son. Okay. So he's going through something traumatic. Is this the one that you was talking about? That you worried about?
No, this is my second son that I spoke of.
Okay, so this one that I'm talking about. Yeah, he's going
with the baby boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's stressing a lot. Like I'm almost feel like it's kind of weird, but it's almost like he's stressing so much it makes him sweat. I don't know if that makes any sense. But
I think I know what you're speaking of. He's between what you know the song, Well, I Got Two Lovers, his girlfriend.
Okay.
She told him that she's pregnant, but I don't think it's his.
Okay, because that's what I'm seeing. He's the stress is making him sweat. Yeah, with that's what I'm saying. But even he's confused. He's his energy is he's stressing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He feel like the finances, not just the fact that he's not sure. He's kind of feeling like, is he going to be able to do that? But then I feel like he has a little bit of a happiness, but then there's more happiness. Like he feels more happy, but there's a lot of stress, and it's like confusion, a lot.
Yes, I know about it. All of that, which I told him, leave her alone.
Yeah, she's not
because
patient.
she's got two guys.
Yeah, she's been cheating. That's what I see. I actually see her. She's pretty though.
Very pretty.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Yeah, she's very pretty, but she's vindictive.
I know. I've told her, turn her loose.
Yeah,
but that doesn't do any good.
Yeah, I'm feeling like she's going to be a downfall for him. He have to embrace himself, kind of like it just is even causing me a headache on the left side. I don't know if it's coming from you or from him, but it's like a headache just on the left side, on the front, in the front. In fact, when you got on the call, I felt it right away. That's why when Husika said, I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't the only one feeling this. like real strong.
I don't have one, but he might.
Okay.
Because he's stressing over her, wanting her to be his, and she wants to, and she don't. Well,
Yeah.
he don't want to turn her loose.
Like she's captivating, but with you got to release the stress too. You got too much. You got a little too much. You almost remind me of my own mom, man. It's like you trying to take on too much, too much at the same time. And you got to take a deep breath. You have to take a deep breath. Sometimes you got to walk away from the situation. And it's almost kind of hard because it's like you don't want to. But if you can't save you, how you going to save them? You got what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
it's like, how you going to save you? If you can't, I mean, how you going to save them? You cannot. It's impossible. You have to take them breaths for yourself. You have to quiet your mind. Go to your quiet place for a minute and quiet your mind.
Yes.
Think about nothing. In fact, I need you to go to the beach. That's what I need for you to go at. I need for you to close your mind, close your eyes, and go to the beach. I want you to stand in your hand. Pick some sand up and roll it around with your thumb. See it inside of your hand. As you stand it inside of your hand, you can feel it and let some slide out of your hand. Oh, look at that beautiful sunset on the water. See the big moon, see the big sun on the water as those waves is coming through. That's where you should go at. See, you can't stress when you're doing that. You also can't stress when you laying down and telling your mind, relax my fingers, relax my toes, relax, relax.
Yeah.
You can't think when you saying that. It's impossible to do both.
All right.
So that's what I need for you to do. That's where I need for you to go at.
I got you.
More than anything, I need for you to go to the beach on the regular. Okay, so why you at the beach?
Good.
Yes. While you're at the beach, there you want to get a visit. There's going to be a visitor. Sounds kind of weird, but I just saw a visitor visiting you on the beach. I don't know who this male is, but there's a cool male that's going to be visiting you on the beach. So go to the beach in your mind and see him. He visits you. A family member. He's dark skinned.
Back to that Mississippi River.
Huh?
You know, do that ritual at that Mississippi River.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not far from it.
Yeah, but that's what I got for you. Quiet your mind. Because the communication has been trying to come, but you can't hear it. There's other things around you.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And you remember that and be blessed. That's what I have for you. Try to concentrate on things that you want to do. Concentrate on your passion. Because so many of us is just doing this and doing that, and it's not even our darn passion, man. Get back to your passion. Do what you're passionate about. It brings that child out of you. That's what I'm saying. There's this little child inside of you that just want to keep running. So bring her back out. Do what you're passionate about, man. You're a natural humanitarian. That's my word for you.
Okay, family. It looks like we've taken care of everybody. And
Lisa's going?
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah.
Peace. Child, you. Greetings.
Greetings.
I'd like a little energy reading.
Okay. Am I speaking? Who am I speaking to?
Eddie.
That's who I knew I was because I saw your feed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what's going on? Why your energy feel a little lazy today? What's what happened?
I went and did some leg exercises about 2 hours ago.
Huh?
I hope that's all it is. I said I went and did some leg exercises about 2 hours ago.
Okay. You tired from it?
Hey, Nafisa, will you mute back out?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Are you a little tired from it?
Yeah, and I was just laying across the bed. You know, I just sat up there.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. I'm not gonna say lazy. I'm gonna say laid back energy. That's what your energy feels like. More like relaxed, laid back, enjoying, listening. Yep, that's what I feel from you. I feel you have this overwhelming hidden love within you, Eddie. There's this overwhelming hidden love, but you hide it and you separate yourself from it. Love want to even come and knock at your door, but it's like you need to meet it halfway. It's like you don't, it's almost like you giving up a little bit. Is there a reason why? Are you giving up on love?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Feels like it.
Yeah.
Get yourself back out there. You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
Open yourself back up.
Yeah, that's why I was in the gym tonight. I figured I'd abuse this body back into shape, you know.
Yeah. So she's going to love you for you. She'll love you for you in general. Like she's not going to be focused on your flaws. Cuz she recognizes who you are. Because it's your inner being that she sees. And it's your inner being that she's going to see. Don't mistake her for that woman that wants to come and steal from you, man. This one is going to come to give. The round face, round face female. I don't know. She's pretty though, but she's a little darker. I almost feel like she wants to steal, man. Focus on building you up because you need to bring your gifts out. Your gifts want to come out. It's almost like you hiding it though. Let them out. Let them all out. They want to come out. They're waiting. You are who's holding you back. Almost like you scared to take a step. That's what it's like. Like you're afraid to take that step. Step out there. You ain't gonna fall in the pool. Step out. There's love energy around you. Love energy around you. But you holding back too much. I don't know why. It's almost like I'm seeing you, almost like you taking this stance and your arm is out, but you won't take that step.
Does she have a dog?
I don't see a dog. But this dog that you are talking about, is this a little dog?
I know of two.
Okay, so I know this is kind of like off the subject, but when you brought up the dog, there's a little dog. I don't know who dog it is. There's a little dog. Something is wrong with the dog. Something is wrong with him. I don't know if he ate. I almost looks like he ate something. He ate something bad. So I'm seeing this little small dog on a leash walking out some type of trail. He walks this trail with this person. Whoever it is, whichever one you're talking about, the one with the smaller dog. They on this. I see the dog on this trail or something, and he ate something. He needs to. The person needs to. They need to make sure that they kind of check out on him, check him up. You know what I'm saying? Something is.
Yeah, take it to a vet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they into yeah, they can send some healing. When you get a chance, give them my number. I want to send the dog some healing. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like it's a female dog.
Hmm. Okay. You there? Hello?
I am. I'm here.
Okay, no. Yeah, because my daughter's dog got hit, but she has a Rottie, even though I know you're talking about an interest, but I keep thinking about her dog because she told me her dog keeps following her around and putting her head, and she's a puppy, but she's a big dog, on her lap.
Yeah.
But I know one girl, I don't know what kind of dog the other girl has, but there's basically two
Maybe
women.
it's what it is. This dog is like brown black with a little long hair.
Okay, no, that's not
I
my
don't know if
daughter's
it's the
dog.
dog that was hit. You said the dog was hit in an accident?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Okay.
But
I'm definitely
hitting
seeing
the head.
some.
But
Oh yeah, there's
I
some.
know
Yeah.
one sister has a pit. I don't know what kind of dog the other sister. I got to check into that for sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Yeah. Have her to. Let me send the dog some Reiki healing, some distance healing. So when you get a chance, have her to reach out to me. You can do it the way or whatever, and I'll send some distance healing to the dog. You know, so that I don't. Yeah, it makes my heart feel sad. Like I don't. Yeah, this dog definitely needs attention. I'm not saying death, but I'm saying that the dog is going to be sick. I mean, I don't even know why I just saw like worms. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like I'm not sure whose dog this is coming from, but it's definitely a smaller dog with like long hair. Not like a dog that has like a real short, close hair cut. But
Right.
anyway, I'm gonna
Got
pull
it
off.
long early.
I'm pull off. Wait a minute.
Okay.
All right. So focusing back to you. Yeah, don't be afraid to step out. It's almost like you don't want to take that step out. You don't. It's like you at the club, the curb, but you refuse to step down. Step down. And I need for you to fall into your gifts. It's a few things I want to help you with. Remember that game we played?
Uh-huh.
I want you to remember that game. I want you to remember and I want you to play it. Like even right now, I'm thinking of a color. Don't be afraid. What is it? Huh?
I keep seeing blue, but I want to say red.
Exactly. That's exactly the color. I'm looking at this blue sign right now and it says fitness. That's the exact color. And I wanted to do that to let you see your gifts is right there. Exact was blue. That's the color. And I wanted you to know that your gifts is there. You're very intuitive. Access them. Stop being afraid. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid to access them? And stop second guessing yourself. You want me to pull off? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Powerful gathering, Yasiku. Thank you. We the only ones on the call?
We shouldn't be. It's just 10 o'clock now. Can you hear me, Isiku? Thank you for the invite. Isiku? Hello? Isiku?
Do you see him in queue?
I hear you. What's your name? Eddie?
Eddie.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Greetings.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Greetings.
Right. Well, Charlotte hasn't said anything.
I think you got to press the space. How did you on your computer or you on your phone?
On my phone.
Okay, I think she probably has to hit a space bar or something.
Peace. Okay.
For her to get on?
Do we have
you go.
anybody else? I'm gonna stop the recording, and then if we just want to kick it, is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. You see Charlotte up there? Charlotte up there?
Y'all know Charlotte don't speak out like that. Y'all know that. After all these years, y'all